3v3 Deathworld Temple, blue team. It's Metroidd plays an Eldar Warlock melee commander with great disruption and mobility, can also tank damage with the right war gear. Alongside is Dihrt, plays a Commissar Lord, good offense and support fights in melee combat, begins with an energy shield, hence his rather low hit points. And rounded out blue team is HandS0mE SoddiNg Superman, plays a Grey Knight Brother Captain durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, very good offense and support fights in melee combat. Red team deltakyklos is a Warboss, he's very angry melee commander that walks through cover, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, can be incredibly tough late game. Alongside another big heavyweight, the Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, very good offense and disruption and some support too, begins with a basic synapse. This is CreamySurprise, I forgot to mention his name there. And rounding out the red team is Torpid, plays a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander, lots of great manipulation and some crowd control too, generally very annoying to fight against. Torpid on the east side up against the brother captain of HandS0mE SoddiNg Superman. West side we've got Warboss versus Warlock, the central players being the Hive Tyrant and the Commissar Lord. Sentinel is up, already taken a bunch of damage from the Termagants. We have the Inspire Courage buff up on his guardsmen, so doing double damage right now and forcing off the Hive Tyrant, but not before he capped that middle VP. None of the victory points especially natural on this map. West side looks like it's going to turn red, east side is blue right now, but here comes Torpid with double Heretics and Chaos Space Marines. There's a Doom Blast, there's a Doom Bolts, and there's another Heretic squad in there, and there's the second Doom Blast. Strike squad standing up against all of it so far. But here come Chaos Space Marines, the brother captain is there. I assume he's already used VR the hammer. A strike squad model does go down, but he killed a bunch of heretics there. Brother captain, can they get a model off? The CSME does get a model. So that's a reasonably good first engagement, I think, for HandS0mE. Torpid will take the east side. He can't take that power though. Commissar Lord has capped mid, now making his way west, reinforcing his Eldar allies and forcing off the Orks. Double shooters there for deltakyklos into a pain boy. We all know how awesome these guys are. Sub-commander for Orks in tier 1 with a heal over time ability and some pretty dangerous power melee as well. Former Gods now capping mid for CreamySurprise. Torpid is going to complete the cap on the east, I imagine. Some havocs over there perhaps for him. Hive Tyrant walking straight into that Sentinel, gets stomped, but that does leave the Termagants, the double Termagants, free to shoot up the Sentinel. Hive Tyrant is forced off. Warboss not going west side, in fact he's going to lay into this Commissar Lord, who took the extremely long way around and goes down. Nicely done. Pain Boy finished him off there, I think. Sluggers alongside, usually the target of the Pain Boy's heal early on in a way. 497, 432. If you can keep the Pain Boy alive, level him up, and then get a Knob Squad out in tier 3, that can be incredibly difficult to deal with, especially alongside Warboss buffs. Ravener Brood on the field for CreamySurprise, a burrowing unit, basically a jump unit, but they go through the ground. Have power melee, some decent damage output, but they are not the toughest things around. 300 hit points per model of infantry armor. There's that Basilisk Flare, which is one of the most annoying globals in the game. Down goes the Sentinel. Yes, a good push there by Red. Warboss with a special attack. Banshees are there, taking tons of damage and are forced off. 497, 412. The Shuriken needs a turnaround. Sluggers are going to go on it. Could have finished off those Banshees perhaps, but they wanted to tie up these Shuriken models, and Metroidd is forced to retreat. He does have the Merciless Witchblade up, which is an awesome melee weapon in tier 1. Scales pretty well as well. Commissar Lord back to his feet, forced off again. What's going on east side? Interceptors in amongst a bunch of chaos stuff. Strike squad also there, but that's just too many heretics, and they are supported with the coruscating flame there. Strike squad just about getting away. Interceptors teleported out, but then they stood around, and they're going to lose at least one model, maybe two. Yes, two. Ouch. Bad engagement for HandS0mE. That must have fed Torpid insane amounts of XP there. Amount of stuff he took out. Chaos Sorcerer is level 2. He has Noise Marines. Brother Captain's also level 2. He's gone for the Nemesis Force Sword and Purified Blades, which will help out. If the heretics engage his Brother Captain, he can knock them down passively, or try to go after the Chaos Sorcerer, put some more energy pressure on him, because the Chaos Sorcerer can get incredibly energy intensive. Ravener Brood Burrow striking in, now tying up the Shuriken Cannon, and Metroidd forced off. He's under a lot of pressure here, basically getting doubled. Where is Dihrt's stuff? He has double guardsmen coming through mid. Looks like he's going to try and cap mid while Metroidd defends the power, and he has defended the power here. Only the node is down. I don't think they've taken out a generator. There's the Basilisk Flare again, reducing range by 50%, I believe it does. Down goes the Warboss. That's not bad. It's a difficult place to revive him, but the Hive Tyrant, I think, is going to try. No, he repurchases. Mistake by Delta, should have waited. 471, 399 with the Hive Tyrants at level 2 with improved Synapse. He did have a decent chance of reviving there. Sorcerer's down on the east. Interceptors lucky to get away perhaps, but they're now back up to three models, I should say. Teleporting infantry and an instant jump that they have makes a huge difference to their effectiveness. Their jump doesn't disrupt until tier 2 Justicar, but still tier 1 they can really surprise the unit, put DPS on. Double Aspiring Champion Heretics though. He needs a Purgation squad, or maybe an Incinerator for his Strike squad. And he does have a Purgation squad. Here they are, Indrid. Pay attention. 463, 379. These are flamers that suppress targets, but they're being shut down by the Noise Marines. Interceptors going in to shut those guys down with melee combat. Now teleporting off. Can they suppress the heretics in time? They suppressed this squad, but they didn't suppress the squad that were close enough to them to smack them in the face. Wow, double heretics is difficult to deal with for Grey Knights right here. Should have gone double Purgation, I suppose. 463, 357. Cormagaunt's catching. Heavy weapon squad in retreat, gonna wipe them out. Yes, that was painful. Red team looking pretty good right now. And now they're bashing power here with Torpid. Noise Marines, Interceptors moving in. He's gonna have a much better time when his Interceptors start disrupting stuff in tier 2, because he can disrupt the heretics at close range. He can disrupt the Noise Marines, the CSM, and there's the Purgation doing their job alongside the Strike Squad. Maybe he should get an Incinerator for his Strike Squad as well, do so that extra coverage damage. Down go the Interceptors in retreat. No, the heretics in retreat, I should say, saved by the Noise Marines. Nicely done by Torpid. Split second decision there. Now the Chaos Sorcerer in a bit of trouble. Doesn't have his Vestments of the Warp, so can't teleport out. Now in retreat, in fact, and should be fine unless these guys can teleport again, but they can't. Brother Captain taking a big risk. There's we are, the hammer buffing the Interceptors. Purgation moving in, but they don't fire. Is he gonna try and run all the way down for a quick power harass? Double Guardsman again trying to cap up the mid. Venom Brood on the field for CreamySurprise. Dihrt already has a Chimera up, support vehicle for Imperial Guard, allows you to transport and reinforce allied infantry. Banshee's in trouble, I see. There's the Distortion Field Global from the Warlock, which perhaps helped keep them alive there. Double grenades moving in, but the shooters already in retreat. Now the Warboss chasing down Dire Avengers. 463, 286. CreamySurprise. Is he going to go mid or push the west? Looks like he's a bit indecisive here. He has this Chimera to deal with. Does have the Venom Brood, but no sign of Crushing Claws or anything like that. Pain Boy still around. He's level 2 now. Can get his stronger Git Source in tier 2, which buffs his heal. I think in fact it doubles its effectiveness of the heal over time, so you basically really want to get it as soon as you can. He's only just going tier 2 now, HandS0mE. Does have enough though to instantly get the Interceptor Justicar 463-234. Heavy weapon squad number 2 on the field for Dihrt with that heavy bolter suppressing these Formicons. He's going to lose his squad, I think. CreamySurprise. Nope, gets them away, and he jumped, or rather burrowed, on the heavy weapon guys who get right back into this Chimera now. Venom Brood is there, and they do have the range synapse. The Raveners also have the Devourers, so they will benefit from the range synapse now. Heretics capping Eastern VP. It's a 2-tone cap for red. Going to be a triple, I think. Blue team still under serious pressure. 457-227. Red team have a big VP deficit to make up though. Seem to have had the best of the engagements. Kept the blue team pinned back on the west side. HandS0mE lost a bunch of stuff on the east side, but they have the VPs. Brother Captain gets mobbed by double heretics and goes down. Here come Purgation. Interceptors, Strat Squad still don't have that incinerator, which I think would help him out quite a lot here. Extra courage damage shutting down these heretics. Interceptors have their Justicar on the way. Here he comes. He gives them the Furious Intervention Teleport, which knocks down surrounding enemies, and he can use it at point blank range, which is awesome. Bunch of Tyranids dead there. Venom Brood getting away though, and Crushing Claws up for the Hive Tyrant. Also gone for the Bioplasma, which you don't see all that often. That's the Basilisk Flare, making these Termagants have half range, and it's so annoying. As you see there, Doom Bolts, Torpid pushing against the west. Stormtroopers of Dihrt in some trouble here. Double Heretics running in. I don't see Coruscating Flame on anyone right now anyway. Level 3 Chaos Sorcerer. Banshees disrupted with the Cacophony. Can these Noise Marines get away? I think they can, yes. Maybe not. Interceptors teleporting into retreat path, almost finishing them off. Their Justicar does have a power melee weapon. That is a huge engagement. Metroidd complaining about some kind of buff. And what's going on with this Shuriken team? They're really strangely spread out here. Is this the bug he's talking about? Seems to be fine now. 338, 227. Oh, there's black lines all over his screen. That's not a good sign. Your video card perhaps overheating or something. 338, 227. Blood Crusher charging into this Strike Squad. 336, 226. That 2-ton cap for blue team. And Purifies up for HandS0mE. Can he finish off this Blood Crusher right here? The Demon Hammer on the Justicar for these guys is a heavy melee weapon, and he might get the Side Cannon for the Strat Squad, because he didn't get the Incinerator. Blood Crusher now has some worship support though. There's that Psychic Field ability that the Purifiers have, but Torpid dodges it without losing a model. What's going on here? Wraithlord is up for Metroidd. 336, 207. Warboss tried to get a stomp there, I think, but goes down to the Banshees. We have fully upgraded shooters. Big Shooter and Knob Leader and Sluggers fully upgraded are forced off as well. The Pain Boy is dead. Didn't see him go down, but that's a big blow to the Sluggers' effectiveness, certainly. Knob Squad on the way though for Delta. He's rushed into tier 3 and there's a Knob Squad on the way already. CreamySurprise and Dihrt also going into tier 3. Blood Crusher causing problems now. Purgation. Do they want to switch to side cannons and pressure the Blood Crusher and basically let these heretics run amok again? 333, 192. Maybe he should have got the Demon Hammer instead, the Brother Captain. He's got the Mantle of Terror now, which will help against the heretics, preventing them from using their Doom Blast and worship and stuff. 332, 187. Chimera lives. Not getting repaired though. Gotta repair it. Not doing it. Some late game Chaos Space Marines for Torpid. Knob Squad moving in. There's the Frenzy. Breaking suppression, but a warp throw into grenade. Didn't quite pull it off. Those Knobs were frenzied in a way, so they wouldn't have taken any damage from those grenades. Now the Knob Squad trying to take on an entire Eldar army. Banshees are there. Wraith Lord is there taking big chunks of health with that Wraith Sword. The Warlock idle for a second there, trying to disrupt things, I think, with these ranged attack. Nob Squad are forced off. Just too much stuff for them to deal with. 3-3-2-1-6-9. Blue team now doing a lot better in their engagements. CreamySurprise Hive Tyrant chasing down the Chimera. Can he finish it off with those crushing claws with 108 DPS heavy melee? Don't think he's quick enough. Yes, he can. Boom. One more shot on that rear armor would do it. 3-3-2-1-5-8. But he's unable to. Just about turned quickly enough, the Chimera. Hive Tyrant goes all the way into base trying to chase it and is forced off. Torpid pushing against the east side. Grey Knight's in trouble here. Wow. Is he going for... Yeah, he got the second CSM to get even more Inferno bolts going on so he can tear apart all this heavy infantry that HandS0mE has. 3-3-2-1-3-9, where we go going down on that west side by Metroidd. Red team should be able to retake the west now and get a 2-1 up. Have 100, almost, yes, 200 VPs to make up. CreamySurprise is well into tier 3. What is he waiting for? Can get a Carnifex in about 10 power or so. 3-3-2-1-2-8. Double Guardsman with plasma guns. Nope, one squad with plasma guns. Level 3 as well, so they're going to be putting out a fair lick of damage against the Venom Brood, perhaps if they try and focus them down. Carnifex on the way for CreamySurprise. deltakyklos replacing his Pain Boy. His Warboss is still down. I'm sure he'd like to get him revived, get some boss pole action going perhaps. Dihrt trying to flank. Sees the Pain Boy, tries to take him down. Pain Boy took a lot of damage there. We have an autocannon heavy weapon team up. There's the Bioplasma, not doing a whole lot, as is usually the case. Level 4 Hive Tyrant, 3-1-3-1-2-8. Ravener Brood burrow striking in, but that heavy weapon squad has that refractor field. Now the Chimera is in serious trouble. But again, mobile enough, just about to get away, or is it? No, the Venom Brood catching up and taking it down. 3-0-2-1-2-8. I don't see any capillary towers around from CreamySurprise. And here's the Carnifex in its default melee state, going straight after the Wraith Lord there. 2-9-4-1-2-8. What's going on east? Again, Torpid forcing off HandS0mE, who's having a bit of a torrid time over here. He needs to capitalize on this by hitting power again, though, I think. 2-8-8-1-2-8. Doesn't have his Noise Marines anymore. Does have some Havocs, though. Is he taking them west as well? Carnifex taking shots from the autocannon, goes for the Thornback, which is awesome. Takes it up to 1875 hit points. Allows it to birth out some Rippers. 2-8-6-1-2-7. Eldar hanging out on the western VP with a Wraith Lord. What level is this guy? Almost level 2. Does have the Wraith Bone up though. Shoulder mounted Shuriken Cannon also. Red team now taking mid. They're going to get a 2-1. 2-8-6-1-20. Hive Tyrant will be revived by the Chaos Sorcerer. Take him up to level 4. There we go. He has the Robes of Torment now. Very good choice versus what HandS0mE has over there. But now he has a Dreadnought on the way, and that could change things big time. Might be forced into getting a las cannon on this Havoc squad. It's a big call by HandS0mE, not going tier 3 and instead getting a Dreadnought. Big risk, I think. So what kind of Dreadnought is going to get? Torpid preserving his Blood Crusher. Almost level 2. Don't see Blood Crushers level up all that much, which is a bit of a shame. Rowdy weapon team suppressing the Pain Boy and the Sluggers who are bunched up here. Needs to split them. Kicking off though in mid, big time. That was a Dark Flames by the Chaos Sorcerer's global ability. Venom Brood in trouble, that's a Toronto formation. Don't think it's going to do a whole lot. It might finish off these Banshees. No, not quite. Almost did though, almost finished them off. Wraith Lord now just walking through the towers. You can just walk through them, mate, you don't need to attack them. Neiman Russ on the field. Rippers will be taken out eventually, yes. 27389, a triple cap for blue. Torpid now goes tier 3. In fact, everyone's tier 3 apart from HandS0mE, who has a Grey Knight Dreadnought and is gone for the Dreadnought Core upgrade, making it a full melee walker now with the awesome Maelstrom. That was Chains of Torment, completely shutting down HandS0mE's entire army, caught on the edge of the stairs there. But the Dreadnought is running amok behind. We do have a las cannon up. Unfortunately for the las cannon, it hit the Dreadnought first time there when it was in a sync kill, so it didn't do a lot of damage. Does get 2 more shots, but now it's tied up. That is the crack grenade, knocking down infantry, as you can see there, as well as damaging and stunning this Blood Crusher, well, snaring the Blood Crusher. Here comes the Dreadnought, which should be able to finish the Blood Crusher off. There's the Canticle of Absolution, so these heretics could not worship there. And then the Hell Fury, wow. Big engagement for HandS0mE. Still getting las cannon shots though is Torpid on this Dreadnought. And another one. And HandS0mE doesn't have anything to repair that guy. Needs to get something to repair it now. Warboss is back on his feet, level 3 with the heavy armor. So he's up to over 1800 hit points now. 264, 51, a single cap for red. Can they hold on here? We do have fully upgraded Nob Squad with huge hammers. Meaner and Greener and the Nob Leader. But look at the destruction there from the Warlock on those Banshees. Wraithlord is there. There's a warp throw to keep them out of the Eldar lines. Is he going to switch to the Witchblade of Kurnus? Down goes the Pain Boy. Deltakyklos pushing foolishly here. Loses his sluggers as well. Lucky not to lose all of his stuff. Metroidd held the line superbly well there. But that was a very foolish push by Delta. Bled his knobs a lot. Lost sluggers and the Pain Boy. Loses all but one knob model, in fact. 232, 51. Single cap again for red. The VP's changing hands quite quickly on this map. Commissar Lord in amongst Termagants. They have the Endless Swarm, but here come Interceptors. The Furious Intervention purifies there. Also, these guys level 2 have the longest charge range in the game. Makes them quite mobile, deceptively so perhaps. Torpid still has his Blood Crusher. Has that las cannon Havoc Squad as well. Facing into the middle, the Dreadnought is being repaired by Guardsmen. Gonna take a little while though. Might see a huge engagement in the middle. The Carnifex is taking las cannon hits from the heavy weapon squad, and there's an auto cannon as well. Gets a sync kill, but here come Purifiers, and down goes the Carnifex. That's a blow for red team. Deltakyklos, what is he going to do? Only has shooters and a Nob Squad on the field. Nob Squad can do a lot though. He's trying to push the west side with it. It's not going to work. Too much Eldar stuff there. Interceptors teleporting into a whole bunch of heretics and a Blood Crusher. That could be dangerous. Can they finish off the Havocs? They can. But can they get away? Looks like they can. Torpid giving up that chase. Has to turn to the mid. Chains of Torment onto the Purifiers. Commissar Lord now trying to cap mid. Big engagement here. Everything going after the Leman Russ, including heretics. Blood Crusher doing good damage. Level 2 Blood Crusher kicking some ass there. Venom-Brood also getting shots in though. Getting some rear armor hits. Nice and quick is the Blood Crusher, and Dihrt needs to keep this Leman Russ moving. There's the Grey Knight Dreadnought back on the field. There's the Maelstrom. Las cannon shots on the Blood Crusher. Just put it into the building. 175, 43. Leman Russ taken out by the Blood Crusher. Doing an awesome job. It's going to go down, but more than paid for itself. Heavy Weapon Squad goes down. Dihrt just not paying attention to his other stuff, trying to save his Leman Russ there. Now the Dreadnought though being chased. Venom-Brood is there. Interceptors teleporting in though and ripping them to shreds. level 4 interceptors. They must be doing some serious DPS. Banshees in retreat path. That is terrible for CreamySurprise. A Wraith Lord also getting a shot in, and somehow they live. 13 hit points, level 3. Avatar of Pain on the field for Metroidd. There we see the circle of summoning, spitting out blood layers, also allowing Torpid to reinforce his stuff. Nob Squad is there, going after the Wraith Lord, which has used its Wraith Bone, but it does go down. That thing survived for a long time. Nob Squad doing their stuff. 17212, but his shooters now tied up by Purifiers and Interceptors, and they're going to wipe out. Avatar of Cain with the Wailing Doom. User choppers on the Nob Squad, ripping tons of stuff to shreds, but now they are forced off with 4 models remaining. Purifies in retreat path, that could be nasty. There's the Wailing Doom. Hits the Nob Squad, and Grey Knights now turn on them, and they are going to get wiped. Or are they? There is Ardboy's buff, reducing damage that they take by 25% from all sources, and they live. Wow, 150-12, single cap for red, but they have no army left. CreamySurprise with just Termagants and Ravener Brood. deltakyklos with just that very dilapidated Nob Squad. Torpid doing a slightly better HandS, Chaos Space Marines and a Chaos Predator. Wow, he had HandS0mE basically shut down on the east side. HandS0mE coming back strong though, didn't lose his squads. Purgation, Interceptor, Strat Squad. Purifies, he's not replaced his Stormtroopers. Luckily he could get repairs from the Guardsmen, I suppose. Eldritch Storm on the Carnifex, doing a lot of damage, but it lives. Yes, has been stunned though. Avatar, very annoying for red team to deal with not enough units to do the damage. Tzeentch CSM level 4, trying to chase it down, it looks like. Now it's chasing a Chaos Predator, does not have a mark. Howling Banshees are there. These are fleetness Banshees though, so they don't have their spear. Still chasing it. 110-9, single cap for blue. Surely they have enough to hold on to this single. Gonna get a triple, in fact that's the end of the game. No way red team can get to the flanks and cap quickly enough. There is the game for blue. Awesome stuff. Red team just seemed to fall apart at the end, pushed way too much. All started with Delta's push over here against Metroidd, when Metroidd sent him back packing with some nice warp throat and Banshee DPS. And he just pushed way too much there. CreamySurprise lost a lot in the big engagement mid. Look at the Termagants littering the place. Some awesome stuff though. HandS0mE hanging on that east side, seemed to get away with very little hit points a bunch of times. And look at this, he kept Incinerators on his Purgation the entire game. Torpid was doing so well there. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.